guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how poker changed my life. Yes, how through a card game I was able to create financial freedom for myself and how I'm able to live long term in Bali. So let me set the scene by taking you guys back to 2011 when I was living in Newcastle in the northeast of England. I'd recently graduated from university, which was a great 3-year party, but now the party was well and truly over and it was time to get on with my real life. Most of my friends had got career jobs and were doing well for themselves, and I was just bumming around doing nothing pretty much, pretending I was still a student. My parents were putting pressure on to get a real job. I felt like I should be getting a real job, but I really didn't want to, so I rebelled against it. I was running a clothes shop and doing some sports coaching just to fund my social life, which involved going out 3 or 4 nights a week, and that's all I lived for. Didn't think any further than that ahead. I was in my parents' house. I really wanted to move out, but there was no plan in place. Just bumming around, pretending that life was not started yet. I was 23 at this stage and going nowhere fast. Then something random was about to happen, which would change my life forever. One of my friends had a crazy idea that we should play online poker for a living. Yeah, that card game that you play with your friends when you smashed, that one. Make that our job. I was like, sounds good to me. And then he said, why don't we move to Thailand, as it's very cheap living there, so we have a higher chance of success at it. This sounded absolutely ludicrous to me, completely bonkers. I had no clue how this was practically going to work. But I said, yeah, this sounds like fun. This guy's crazier than me. I'm in. So a few months passed by and it came around to actually leaving for Thailand. Now, getting the money together was very tight. So tight, in fact, that I could only afford a one-way flight. And that left me £400 spending money. If I got a return flight, I would have had £100 spending money for this 3-month venture. And even with my expert budgeting skills, I thought that was pushing it a bit tight. So my logic was, if I get stuck in Thailand, I'm sure I can guilt trip my parents into paying for a flight out of Thailand. They're not just going to let me rot to death on a Thai beach. So that was the advanced level of my thoughts at the time. So we're about to set up for Thailand. It's going to be my first time outside of Europe. And let's just say it didn't get off to the best of starts. We went to Heathrow Airport and I got out my £400, also known as my life savings, and converted those to Thai baht. We had a connection flight from Doha, so we stopped there to change. When we were there, we got stuck in some queue or some sort of hustle and bustle going on, and a lot of people were brushing by me, which made me feel a bit uncomfortable. So I checked my pocket to make sure my phone was there. Yep, phone, got it, check. Then I checked my other pocket to make sure my wallet was there. My wallet was gone. Panic struck in, heart rate going 200 miles an hour. What the hell? So I'm checking the floor, making sure it's not on the floor, checking around me, make sure no one's looking like they've snatched it. It's gone. I don't know what to do. So I run over to the information desk and get them to check if any wallets have been handed in. I then got my flight details out and said, can you please check this previous flight? Has it fell out my pocket? Please say it has. Took about 20 minutes, 30 minutes for people to come back and check the plane. Fortunately, it couldn't be found. At this point, I don't know what to do. I'm sweating. My heart rate's going 200 miles an hour. I don't know what to do. I've got no flight out of Thailand or Doha, where we were. I've got no money at all. My friends have no money to lend me, so I'm completely screwed. I'm normally an optimistic person, but even me in this situation, I was like, Adam, you're screwed. So I'm looking through my bag aimlessly, just checking through it, and I see something out of the corner of my eye, and I start to laugh. I'm like, haha, yes. Now, it wasn't my wallet. What it was an envelope. And then I had a huge flashback. In Heathrow Airport, they gave me my Thai baht in an envelope, and rather than take the money out of the envelope and put it in my wallet like a normal person, I scrumpled up the envelope and stuffed it down the side of my bag. Considering this was my life savings, this was not good use of my money, but it turned out to be a saving grace. Now I'm laughing my head off, relief kidding, yes, I've got my money. I couldn't care less about the wallet. All my wallet had in it was 3 cards, so I was laughing my head off going, these guys who stole my wallet got 3 cards, each maxed out overdrafts. They'll be trying the first card going, nope, no money in that one. Next one, no money. This must be the one. No money in any of them. How's this guy got any money? Where's he going? So I was just laughing, thinking that I can't get money out. These guys have got no chance. So I didn't even cancel my cards for 2 or 3 weeks because there was nothing for these guys to take. So now I'm over the moon and we set up to Thailand. Now we're starting to think, okay, we paid all the money for the villa up front. Some of our friends were winding us up saying there's going to be no villa there. It's going to be some hellhole. There's loads of horror stories about holidays from hell, especially when people are paid in advance. So we're going, please be a nice villa or something on the end so we're not like completely screwed. A woman met us at the airport, so like, yep, that's a positive, at least there's something to go to, and she took us to our villa. Now as we arrived, we started to walk through what I thought was the lobby of a nice hotel or resort. Walking around, very big, and then she turns around and goes, there's the keys, there you go guys. And we're like, where do we go? Is this ours? And then we're like, this is our lounge. There was a massive elephant head, like life-size elephant head coming out of the wall, which was like, what the hell is this? Like over the top stuff going on everywhere. And we was running around going, oh my god, this is mad. Huge bedrooms, big circular beds, huge balcony that overlooked the pool. We're like, right, we'll work from there. This is going to be awesome. This is sick. We're excited to sell for an hour. Then we're like, oh shit, we probably need to learn how to play that poker thing that we came to do. But now we're super motivated to learn and actually make success of this because this is a cool place to live. Now, I'd love to say it was easy and it was smooth sailing from there, and we were geniuses and we just made loads of money from poker, and that was it. But that was not the case. We were working 12 hours every day. We were only sleeping 4.5 hours on some crazy sleep schedule so we could make the most of the days, and we're working every day trying to make money. After 6 months, we had nothing. We had no money whatsoever. We were just spending what we made, and we were just about scraped to buy for food. Every week was like, have we got enough for food, enough for living costs? It's touch and go every week. Super stressful, living on the bread line all the time, trying to get enough money to eat and to just fund your very minimal living costs. Now, after 3 months, it was getting very stressful. Like, we're working so hard and got nothing to show for it. And after 3 months, we decided to meet for a crisis meeting over breakfast, where we thought, right, we've got no money, we can't live like this, we need to cut down our living costs. So we went over it, it was like, okay, we spend buffet breakfast, that's about £2. We have a pad thai for every other meal, that's about 30p a meal. We have some coffees and water. That was pretty much all we were spending. I was like, oh, we can't really cut anything. Now, one of my friends, Rich, used to get a large strawberry milkshake for breakfast, and the rest of us didn't get one. And I was in with a pair of twins, and Rich was the other guy who got the milkshake, and one of the twins was like, Rich's milkshake's gotta go, like deadly serious at the time, and me and the other twin looked at each other, and we were like, that's only £1 a day, that adds up to about £30 for the month. This really isn't going to change our situation one bit. And it was just the stress of the situation. Obviously, looking back, it's funny, but at this time, like, the little money things are like, oh, what's being spent, we can't save money. It was just frustration building up that we're working so hard and had absolutely nothing to show for it. Now, we decided that we can't actually save any more money, we just need to make more money, which was not a good thing for us at the time because we're working hard enough. We're like, all right, well, we need to make more money, that's obvious, but it's just so hard. And yeah, we just kept working. The first year was tough, we didn't have any money, and then after about 18 months, we got over the sort of tipping point, and we're playing high enough stakes to be funding lifestyle and to be having enough money to save as well. So we finally got over the tipping point, and we had a bit more freedom. So we lived in Thailand the first 7 months, then Bali, then Lisbon, back in England briefly, then back to Bali. Not to the full story of that. So as time went on, we started playing higher and higher and higher, till we're finally playing the highest stakes in our games, which were $1,000 a game. They were over in 2 minutes, so you can play like hundreds of games a day, money flying around all over. Looking back, starting out, I used to look at those games and go, I'm never going to play those high stakes games, they're craziness. But like when you actually live and breathe it and you work hard, you aspire to get there, and eventually through hard work you can get to those high stakes. So fast forward 6 years, I'm now living here in Bali with my girlfriend, which I've done for the last 3 years, and the adventure hasn't stopped. From our bases in Thailand and Bali, we've been able to travel to the Philippines, Japan, Australia, Hong Kong, Malaysia, to name a few, and then other side of the world, Mexico, Brazil, Canada, America. We haven't even done any traveling yet. This has just been places we've popped to on a week holiday. So poker has provided loads of unique opportunities. I've recently transitioned out of playing poker, and I'm now doing lifestyle and performance coaching with poker players, which I'm super excited about, and it's super fun. I'm living life on my terms, doing exactly what I want with my days, and I couldn't be happier. The reason I'm sharing this story with you guys is to hopefully inspire 1 or 2 of you to take action to start creating your own dream life. If I can do it for myself, you can do it for yourself too. There was nothing special about me starting out. I thought a bit differently, thought outside the box, created this mad poker career out of nothing, no skills, just built them up and worked really hard at it. And I think anyone can create an interesting and fun life for themselves if they're willing to put in the work, keep re-strategizing, take failures as a way to improve, and just keep growing. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel below. I flew past the 6 years of me going from zero poker to playing high stakes, so I'll go over those stories in much more detail, telling you all the fun times I had in Thailand, Bali, all the hard times when finances are really tough, and all the swings that come with being an online poker player, stories I've had from like living abroad, practical advice that you guys can use if you want to start making decisions and living alternative lifestyles or go for online occupations. And if you're an online poker player or you have a very good interest in poker, this channel is definitely for you, so 100% subscribe, because I'll be giving very practical advice on how to maximize your poker experience, how to make more money, and how to be the best poker player you can be. So please subscribe below, and there's going to be plenty more coming from me very soon.